Thank you for joining us for another Upscale Media Group podcast. I'm D. Rizzle, and we are actually starting a new concept. And I'm going to invite some co-hosts to assist us with this new endeavor that we're doing. And we've got Mr. Russell Neal and Ms. Finette Morris. Mr. Neal, go ahead and tell us what we're doing here, what our new concept is, and just talk briefly about that, sir.
Well, thanks, Brother Rizzle. Again, my name is Russ Neal. I'm Councilman for Ward 4. And I'm just here because in a lot of our conversations, we've had people ask and have different community concerns. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce to some the president of the Maple Valley Merchants Association, longtime Akron resident, went to Atlanta for a little bit, then came back home and has blessed us with her talents, Miss Finette Morris. She's a business owner on Copley Road, and I really have to commend her for bringing her energy to the ward. She came in, she was looking for a spot. She came right and opened up and partnered with Miss Jackie Easley, and they are both beauticians, but they have their individual shops. And she brought her talents and blessed us when Nyree became ill. She stepped in as the interim president, as now as the president of the Maple Valley Merchants Association. And you cannot miss the touch that she's given and the way she's blessed us, because if you drive down Copley Road on any Saturday, you see her and her team out there doing cleanup. But I won't talk any longer. I'd like to turn the mic over to Miss Finette Morris.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Such a blessing to be here with two magnificent men doing awesome things in the community. Again, my name is Finette Morris, and I am the proud owner of Studio Why Not You're Here first. And then I became president of Maple Valley Merchants Business Association, formerly known as Copley Road Merchants. And I stand proud in that position and happy to help Brother Nyree out while he's ill at the moment. And we pray for him daily. We visit him. And we just had a balloon release just a couple months ago for his birthday. So we want to still keep Nyree in prayers. And until he's able to get back into that driver's seat, we're just going to keep on moving forward and helping beautify and uplift the community. Right. Actually, I teamed up with an awesome man by the name of Mark Greer. Mark came and talked to me one day at my salon. He's actually a consultant for the city of Akron. And at the time, I was actually just cleaning the block that my salon is on. And he came up with a great idea of turning it into a community pride day on Saturday. So we kind of partnered up together, and he started putting flyers out, looking for volunteers, and people started coming by the groves from Cleveland, Canton. We had a couple of people that came up from Alliance, and we have people even during the pandemic when we stopped for a minute, they were still coming, even though we wasn't getting together in as a team and like kind of in crowds. You know, we still had certain ones that still came out and cleaned the area because they were familiar with it. So that was a blessing to us. And so, you know, teaming up with Mark Greer and the volunteers of the Community Pride cleanup, it has brought great pride to the area. You know, now people ride up and down the street on Saturdays and they're blowing their horns and they stop and talk and ask how they can get involved. It was a bit of a struggle getting the merchants in the area to buy in because, you know, in all honesty, a lot hadn't been going on. And so it gave me the opportunity to try to help revive the area. And it's been an awesome ride. We got a whole lot more work to do. And I am blessed to have so many great people willing to help, dedicated and committed to the cause of helping this area be better. And so I'm just proud to be here tonight, especially on this podcast, because I see some magnificent things even coming out of that as far as helping the community, educating our community, and leading everybody to be more prideful for our community. So for that, I'm very grateful, and I thank you guys for having me.
Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. So what I like to do is just kind of give a 30-second commercial with regards to what we're looking to bring from a content standpoint in the next couple of weeks, couple of months here. Our purpose here at Upscale Media Group is to kind of bring this kind of information to the masses. And we'd like to make certain that the mission that we have with this particular broadcast is understood, and we can make it available for individuals to kind of give their input and things of that nature. So I know that you had a couple of things that you wanted to specifically engage upon, and we're going to talk about in the next week or two how individuals can kind of get in touch with us, bring us their thoughts and concerns, and so on and so forth. So go ahead and take that over for a couple seconds here, if you will.
Well, just a couple seconds from what I've seen in the area. Actually, this has been an area that's kind of been put to the side for various reasons. It's really not a concern of mine as to why, but it's obvious that it has happened. And so making or helping the community feel prideful and feel like someone still cares about them has been a challenge, but I'm up for it. You know, I see a lot of just really, you know, how you kind of just throw something away. And once you do that, it just doesn't care for anything. It doesn't care about the environment. It doesn't care who's looking, who's not. And that's the feel here. It hasn't been very long, but I would say in a nice little 6, 7, 8 month time period, we've seen an awakening. So we know what we're doing is just letting people know that, hey, we care about you. We care about you walking through trash. We care about, you know, the corners not being littered with people just standing around. We care about the area being lit up so you feel safe when you go to shop in the various merchants, you know. And so just seeing that lets me know that we're on to something. You know, we just need a little bit more help, a little bit more time, because it hasn't been that long. Resources will definitely help, and just whatever it takes to uplift the community even more, because we see that, you know, we see a glimmer of hope here. And so we know that we're on to something. And so that right there is a main focus for me, is to continue to beautify the area and let people know that we can live just as good as other areas or better.
Good. And with that being said, Brother Neil, we're going to lean on you in the immediate ward and the city, if you will, to kind of assist us with these resources. I know we've got a couple that we spoke to. Can you kind of give us some of the potential resources we're going to look to invite onto the podcast and be a part of this mission that we have?
Sure. First, I'd like to recap something. The greatest resource we have is our human capital, each other. And I don't know if people caught something that Miss Finette said. When she said they were out there cleaning, she said that there were people from, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sister Morris, people from Stark County, Cleveland, folks outside of our community, taking time to come and help clean up our community. Those folks didn't drive from Stark County, Cleveland, and other areas and throw that trash in our neighborhood.
No.
Those are people who live here, our neighbors, who disrespect our own community and throw the trash. But because of the energy that she brought, and others that are part of her team, and yes, thanks for mentioning Mark Greer. Mark Greer is a beautiful asset, one of the best moves by the administration to get us someone to help partner with those who are community leaders, because Mark helps bring resources in from the city to help support what Ms. Finette and those in her group do. But the key thing is we've got to take pride. Because, you know, April is Keep Akron Beautiful month, and everybody would come out for that month, but then it would just, you know, people have other responsibilities, obligations. But Finette has taken it upon herself as the leader of the Maple Valley Merchants Association to rally troops and make that sustainable. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, I mentioned Mark Greer. the more we work with Mark, the more Mark could do for us. And again, I take that to the Merchants Association team for partnering with him and making it possible. And then the next thing is continuing, as you say, to advocate with City Council to bring dollars into the area. Now, I know one of our guests that will be joining us as I guess you could say it as a co-host every time to time, or as a special guest is going to be Mr. Lash, the new Director of Neighborhood Assistance, so that we can communicate what are the city's ordinances as far as it comes to how we are to maintain our neighborhoods. Now we're talking about Copley Road, but to give you an example, and we were talking about this a little bit earlier, most people don't know what the city's ordinances or rules or standards are until you break them.
Correct.
We know what they are for driving because we take a test, and you got to pass that test. And of course, we sometimes forget afterwards. And if you forget, what do you get? You get a ticket if you violate it.
Correct.
But when you buy a home and you move in, nobody gives you a booklet saying, "Hey, this is what it takes to be a good neighbor." You kind of find out when you're supposed to put out your trash, and you kind of find out what the standard is by the people who live there. But as we were saying, you move into some neighborhoods where maybe what we call gated communities, they don't assume just because you could write a check to live in that neighborhood that you know what their standard is for living there. So they tell you what color you can paint your house. They tell you that you don't park the car on the front lawn. You don't put your barbecue grill out in the front. They even tell you, that you can't leave your basketball court out in the street. How loud your music can play. Why? Because they want to keep a certain standard in that community. And so in our neighborhood, without strong community leaders, in this case with Copley Road merchants, like Finette and the others that are there, no one knows that standard until somebody calls and they get a little ticket on their trash can saying, "Hey, you can't leave it out there," or a neighbor gets irritated and they call on them. So what I'm thankful for about this is that we can use this as an opportunity to communicate what the city's ordinances and standards are, help people get answers if they have some of those questions, but then also talk about what we want our community to look like and the standard that we want to keep, because our community is a beautiful community.
It is.
We just got to take care of it.
Yep. We just got to take care of it.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, yeah, we've got a lot of good things we're going to start planning, and like I said, we'll get some information out where individuals can tap in and kind of give us their thoughts, and we'll make sure we get the resources available to folks here and get that kind of stuff out front and center to kind of beautify not only West Akron Ward 4, but the entire city for those that are looking to join in the plight here. So yeah, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to moving on this. And hey, we'll go ahead. I want to just get an introductory piece out there to let folks know what's coming. Any other questions or anything else we want to throw at them real quick?
Well, I want to let people know that we're still looking for members. We'll always be looking for members and volunteers. Whether you're a business owner or you're just a concerned citizen, you don't even have to live in the area. If your prayers, thoughts, and hopes is for the West Side to be the best side, then come on over and join the Maple Valley Merchants Business Association. You can reach us at maplevalley.m@yahoo.com. Again, that is Maple Valley, the letter M, all lowercase letters at yahoo.com. And my salon is right on the corner of Nome and Copley Road. Also, Maple Valley Merchants Business Association is directly across the street of Studio Why Not Your Hair. So we're sitting on both corners, on the corner of Nome. So we plan on making a whole lot of things happen on the corner of Nome and Copley Road from spring, summer,
right?
You know, we got a lot of things coming up. And so, you know, we want you guys to get involved. You know, you're invited on our Zoom meetings. They're not private meetings. They're for people that, you know, like-minded, like myself, community people that are concerned with what's going on and give you a way to be updated on what's going on in the Maple Valley area. So again, it's, Maple Valley Merchants Business Association, located at 1341 Copley Road. And the email address is maplevalley.m@yahoo.com.
All right.
Thank you.
Good deal. Good deal. Brother Neil, any other closing comments?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just want to piggyback on what Sister Finette said. And again, I know for her, the community pride cleanup is every Saturday, but I know April is Keep Akron Beautiful month. So I want to encourage people to join with her and those there. We'll be communicating even more because we want people to catch fire and take it into their their local neighborhoods and encourage people to go a little bit further and clean it up there. And want to let folks know that you may have heard that Akron City Council, each ward received $100,000. And it's for COVID-related issues. We have not fully outlined how we can spend those dollars, but as soon as we do, I want to let folks know that our residents of Ward 4 or that serve Ward 4, that the residents, the organizations will have a say on how those dollars are spent. We'll be working with Project Ujima. So more will be coming there. We'll communicate that on the website, as well as through organizations like Maple Valley Merchants Association. If folks have questions, because we're still on this COVID period, we're not meeting face-to-face yet, they can always reach me. My cell number is 330-212-3034. Again, my cell number is 330-212-3034. Email address is ward4@akronohio.gov.
All right. Very good. Well, we're going to shut this down. And like I said, we'll have information in regards to getting in touch with us regarding these upcoming podcasts. Look for information coming out. Again, I'm D. Rizzle with Upscale Media Group. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Upscale Media Group, YouTube, Upscale Media Group, and we'll get some additional information out here very soon. All right, we want to thank you for joining us this evening, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
All right.